coaches during the week here on WSLM as well. You're listening to us on WSLM 97.9 FM and WSLM 1220 AM, along with live streaming on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Be sure and follow us all season for a front row seat and a closer look at high school sports.
All right, we're going to break in tonight. We've been listening to some beautiful Christmas music on WSLM, but we are excited. We're live here at McDonald's, and we're excited. I'm loving it for sure. And first, I want to thank McDonald's for letting us come and letting us host and be the hostess with the mostest. And we are going to start right off, and we've got the all famous, and we missed you a couple weeks ago, but we do have her in live and lively. We have our own coach from Eastern Musketeer, Taylor Drury, with us. Good morning, or good afternoon, and good evening, Taylor.
Hi, Becky. How are you?
Good. So excited to have you, and of course, we know you got a lot of energy with you. You brought some girls with you, and
yeah,
girls are bringing the energy, right?
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're so glad to have you this week, and let's talk about, first of all, for those maybe that are not familiar with Taylor Drury, tell us a little bit about yourself and your career and how you become coach of the Eastern Musketeers.
So all 12 years attended Eastern, played basketball in high school. We won that state championship my senior year. I went up to UND to play 5 years of basketball thanks to the COVID year, and landed right back where I wanted to be, at Pekin.
Right, and it just seemed like a perfect match, right?
Yeah. That was the goal all along.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and what a championship that was.
Yes. Yes.
I still can play all that in my head.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
No, it really doesn't. It really doesn't. But it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're having fun.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's go back over. Okay, so of course last year you were 10-13. Okay, awesome. You lost to Providence in the sectional opener last year. You're 0-6 so far this season, and you're looking for a win. Providence under Brad Burden is 2-2 this season, and so let's talk about how you're preparing for Providence.
Well, that's a sectional opponent that we play pretty early in the season that we want to get them anytime we can get them. So we prepared. We've watched them a lot. They start their season a little later than most, so they've played quite a bit here in like the past 2 weeks. Giving us a chance though to see them even on film that we've seen, giving us a chance to see them what they look like pretty recently. So it's not like we're watching film from way back yonder. You know, we're seeing them what they're going to do.
Right. Do you think that gives them a disadvantage or an advantage for starting? Why would you start a season a little? I mean, I'm just asking. I mean, I'm not saying no necessarily, but would that be an advantage or disadvantage, or just maybe timing or something? No.
Well, I think something that's been good for us though is just to play games.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a fairly young team over there at Providence, but he has a very, very good young team. So you kind of get to see everybody else what they got in the first couple of weeks if you're not playing very many games, and then you kind of get the chance to see, well, you know, we can make some last minute changes. Maybe, you know, everybody else is running a 1-3-1 this year, and we want to make sure we can adjust and do things like that. So I don't know if that's his AD's decision or what that is, but I can see both sides to it.
Right. Do you as a coach though get sick of like so many practices? Let's get these going.
Absolutely, I do. Yeah. Just to play against somebody other than ourselves. Yeah.
Same old.
Yes. Yes.
Definitely. So going back on this with the Providence game and everything, and this, are you feel like you're really hungry for this one? Is this the one really?
Yes.
The one that you might really.
Yes, we you know, between the coaching staff and I, we've seen all of their games thus far leading up to this, whether it be film or live. So we feel like we're really prepared. We're ready. We've had a great week of practice. And of course, Providence, that was the team we beat in the sectional finals my senior year. They've been a very big game for us, you know. And then of course, losing to them in the sectionals last year, you want to get one, and that's one you'd like to get.
You know, you brought the target on the back.
Yes, absolutely. So
yeah. Well, that's going to be good. No, I like it, and I like the good competition. I know you do too.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Bring it on, right?
Yes.
So tell a little about the ones that you've played so far. Let's go back to some of the other ones, and you'll have to help me refresh because my goodness, we have like 28 games.
Oh yeah,
So it's going to be like I'm like So I hope you can remember some of them.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the first game. And
so we started off the season with Borden,
which is a big game. Yeah.
Yes, big game for both schools. You know, I mean, we live 5 miles out from each other. It's always a rivalry game, but they are. I think they're ranked second right now in 1A, so that's a really, really good team we start off the bat with, which is fine. You know, I'd much rather play a tougher schedule
in the beginning.
Did
you really? Okay.
Yeah, and just kind of see, you know, because then once we get to sectionals, if we played, you know, teams that haven't really challenged us, then I don't feel like we can get any better. So I mean, we play a pretty tough schedule. We played, and then we got Crawford County, and they're receiving votes 2 and 2A. North Harrison was a close game for us, probably one of our better games. Then we went over to Austin. They're ranked in 2A. So, you know, right off the bat, we're playing some really recognizable teams. Dropped the ball at Salem a little bit. I won't speak too much about that one. That was a little bit of a heartbreaker there. But you know, Hickey knows Eastern really well. I'm trying to learn Hickey like he knows Eastern, and but we didn't play our best ball game that game, and they played a really great ball game. We went over to Floyd Central. That's a game that you know, they're a 4A school, big school. They got a lot of talent, a lot of height. So we just, you know, we're just figuring out ways to get better against these really competitive teams.
Right, and of course you're still early in the season.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
So it's like you still have this grace period. You probably, like in your head, I mean, know that this is like everybody's trying to figure out everybody, and you know how, and I think really, I mean, I would say, you know, really been blessed to find out how to make these machines work, how to make it work as one unit. Yeah, and that's so important.
Yeah. We and I mean, on top of the schedule that we play, you know, we got a really young team as well. We lost 8 seniors last year, so
that's crazy.
Yeah, so returning like less than a 10% of our scoring. You know, we're just kind of rebuilding the whole wheel this year. So just kind of figuring out, like you said, what works, who works with who, figuring out what makes this machine run the best.
Right. And right now, you know, we just had, you know, the holidays, and we're going to be getting in, you know, we got a few more weeks, and we'll be getting into Christmas. And, of course, I always say that basketball it seems like it's one of the hardest as far as, like, cold, flus.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And everything's going around right now.
Yeah.
What do you encourage your team? How do you keep your team, give them pep talks about?
Well, I gave them the big, you know, no sharing water bottles at the beginning of the year, you know, none of that stuff, which you want them to stay hydrated during practice, but, you know, we have our own individual water bottles for a reason. Just staying hydrated, making sure you're getting plenty of rest. Just, I tell my girls, I don't care what you're eating, you know, I don't care if you eat McDonald's for every meal, as long as you're putting something in your body and making sure it's fueled. So I think that plays a big part of it, and obviously with such a young team, and we're kind of low on numbers this year, a lot of people are putting a lot of minutes every game, so just making sure that they're resting and recovering as they need to.
Right. Well, they probably love that playing time, don't they?
Yeah, I think they do.
Oh, definitely.
You know.
Yeah.
But
well, now, so how many seniors do we have?
Just one, Kylie Beth.
That's what I thought. Okay, I knew she was a senior, but
I
thought,
Yep, so, one senior.
The lone wolf.
Yep. Yeah.
So let's brag on her for a moment, you know, and let's talk about her a little bit. So how is she? Have you seen her? Let's talk about, you know, from last year to this year, you know, when you step up and Yeah.
Well, so last year, about Christmas time, you know, as a coach, you kind of gotta look ahead, even though you might be looking ahead a year, might be looking ahead of the next game. You're just kind of thinking. So towards about Christmas last year, I tried to start working Kylie in the rotation. You know, just getting her some varsity experience, getting her some varsity minutes. Which with 8 seniors that were pretty good. You know, working her into the rotation was difficult, but it was something that needed to happen. And I think, you know, her coming back was really the only one with any varsity experience at all. we needed someone to at least be able to attest to the speed of the game, the physicality of the varsity level. So I think it was big for her, and she wears that really well. You know, at being able to take the physicality. She's the type that, you know, she'd run through a brick wall and wouldn't ask twice about it. So just having that kind of player as a senior and as a leader, it just means a lot to me. And she stepped into a role that she didn't really have to have last year.
Right.
You know, being a junior with 8 seniors, she didn't have to have a leadership role or a scoring role. And you know, we've asked her to do both of those this year.
Sure.
So she's really rose to the occasion really well, and I've been really proud of her.
I love that. And, you know, going back, and I'm not trying to keep going back to the history, but like the team that you were in, the winning team you were in back in high school, you know, when I talked with like the whole team, you couldn't tell who was who. Like you had no idea which was a freshman who was sophomore. I mean, unless you knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
It was so awesome how everybody was such a unit and everybody was such a, is that something you really try to stress and work on your team?
That is definitely, right.
Like right now, I could, until you said 100%, I knew she was, but I didn't know.
Right.
You know.
Right. It's just, you know, I think, and Kylie does a great job of this as well. I mean, they do a really good job. You always worry about you bringing in a freshman group. Are you worried about the seniors, sticking to the seniors, the freshmen, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like these girls mesh really well. You know, we got a senior Kylie, a sophomore Eliza, and a freshman Emma sitting here with us, you know? And I feel like they're really tight-knit, this group.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out how to get them as tight-knit on the court as they are off the court. So.
Right. Well, it's still early.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, and then Taylor. So as far as like, what kind of, tell us a little bit about your plays. Do you run? Do you are you like doing some?
Well, that's another thing we're still trying to figure out.
Is this group fast? Is it like, or
we have, you know, last year we had Kai McKinley, a very, very big post presence. So a lot of our offense just ran through her. You know, she averaged 12, 14 a game. So, you know, night in, night out, we knew we were probably getting a pretty good production out of her. But this year we have a unit on the varsity level that at any given night, any of them could really be the leading scorer. So that's, we've just been trying to stress a lot of ball movement, working inside out. We have the ability to play pretty quick in transition, but I think some of our best shots just come off offense and working the ball and inside out game. Defensively, we're just trying to figure out what works best. You know, we have Emma, who's a pretty good post presence, but you know,
that Mikey bat. How did I? Mikey bat hanging there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is Mackie Bat not here doing this program?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's call him out.
He would love to be.
I know.
He would love to be. Yeah.
If he's probably in the parking lot,
he probably is. He's waiting for somebody to tell him to come in.
Right. Get in here. Okay, go ahead, Taylor.
But with the unit that we have, we're still just trying to figure things out. We've had some things be really successful for us, so we're trying to just build on that and just see what else we can get rolling.
Right. So let's talk with some of your girls, and I think we got a microphone right here, and let's see how it sounds if it doesn't. So introduce yourself, and let's see your parents, and tell us a little bit about yourself, I guess.
Okay. I'm Eliza Starrett. I'm a sophomore. My parents are Josh and Leah Starrett. I play basketball, and I have been since elementary school.
So how does it feel to be on a varsity team? How do you, what do you feel, and what position do you play?
I'm kind of like everywhere.
See that player that can play any?
She is. She's kind of she's kind of in between. She just does whatever we tell her to do.
Yeah, so it's fun being on this team with the players that are on this team. I feel like we get along very well. We have a good bond. But just being on a varsity team in general is always good.
Right. So, yeah, for sure. What do you like to do when you're not playing basketball?
So I'm involved in 4-H, so I have a lot of animals, and I play other sports, so I like tennis a lot, so I do tennis lessons sometimes, and hang out with friends and stuff.
So when you're doing those farm animals, do you get to play some defense there, making sure?
Sometimes, whenever the cows can get a little crazy.
Yeah. Use some of your defense moves.
But don't have very many of those, baby.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, we'll work on that, okay? You know, maybe.
I think you're funny.
Well, I think, no, I was just saying, I'm sure that comes into play and a lot. But so you're just a sophomore.
Yes.
Right. So you got, is this your first varsity, or did you play varsity with freshmen?
I dressed.
Okay.
I didn't play.
So now, like, how is it? Because you got a lot of more playing time. Are you loving it?
I am loving it. It's definitely different, especially like I played JV last year, and from even JV to varsity, it's completely different, but it's a lot of fun, and I like it a lot better.
Right. Well, and of course, I guess you are getting ready for the holidays, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you take good care of yourself, I guess?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Get plenty of rest and good.
Oh, I rest. I rest.
So I guess your strong points are more ball handling than it is defense. Is that what your coach is telling
us?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Eliza does really well with her strength. We can put her in the post sometimes, but she is fairly quick. So if we need her playing on the outside, she does have that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, they like to put me wherever they want, and then I just have to do something. So.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. Well, yeah, you got to do something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, coach, is that what you usually say? Do something.
Yep.
Okay? Just get movement.
Something positive.
That's right.
Oh, that's not what you say.
We got to keep some things a mystery.
Yeah.
We can't tell all the secrets. All right.
So I guess so.
All right. Who do you got beside you? Let's hand the microphone then to.
I'm Emma Bronner. I'm a freshman. My parents are Amanda and David Bronner.
All right, Emma. So tell us a little about yourself. What do you like to do when you're not playing basketball?
Just hang out with my friends and family.
Love that. And Emma, what position do you play?
Post.
And a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel getting some varsity time? Is that exciting?
Yeah, it's very much more fast-paced than 8th grade.
Yeah. What's your specialty? Like, are you good at? Are you a good shooter? Are you good? Emma's doing some stuff out there. I don't know. Everybody's
Emma doesn't know. Emma doesn't understand yet as a freshman how much of an impact she could have.
Exactly.
She does some really great things, and I think sometimes you play against. I mean, what are you, 14?
Yeah.
14 playing against 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's big difference.
So she rebounds the ball really well. She's going to be a very, very big part of this team in the next few years.
Yeah.
So
I think that's going to be 100%. Yeah, I think there's a huge difference between that, that 8th grade, just going in from 8th grade into high school, and then all of a sudden, and I know, like, years ago, a freshman playing varsity, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. So you must stay. You seem like you stay real calm.
Sometimes.
I love that. So, tell us a little bit about her, though. I guess as far as like her play, she brag on her a little bit.
So, Ty McKinley, if you remember last year, she was a very good post player, but sometimes a coach just wants a big body down there. And Emma's pushing 6 foot is at 14 years old.
I was going to ask.
So
no, that's awesome.
So we're we're going to get her in the weight room, and she's going to significantly contribute on the offense and defensive end. Just to have somebody in there with her wingspan, with her height. Just to disrupt shots on the defensive end, but then offensively, just using that height to her advantage and rebounding and doing all the things that she's already good at. We're just trying to hone her in on those skills.
Right. Yeah. Well, and then the weight room, that right there. That's a lot right there.
Yeah, and I think that's a big jump too for the freshmen. Coming in, I think they lifted weights a few times last year, but just coming in with the expectation that this is a priority, and this is gonna give us an edge. And I don't know if they I try to help them understand, but I want them to understand how big of a difference that can make in a game, as far as just core strength, upper body strength, just stuff like that to give us a little edge.
Absolutely. And and everybody's doing it now. Everybody's got the weight room, everybody's got this.
Yeah.
So this is just, keeping up and keeping so that you can
compete.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty awesome. All right, so let's pass the microphone to our senior.
Hi, I'm Kylie Batt. I'm a senior, and my parents are Mikey and Ashley Batt.
Yeah, and we know that. And I think the other night in the ballgame, I heard Eli say your name over and over. I heard that name all the time.
Yeah.
Which was a good thing. It's a good thing.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself. What do you like whenever you're not playing basketball?
I like hanging out with my little sister, baking, and hanging out with friends.
Love that. So what do you and what position do you mainly play?
What
position do you mainly play?
I'm mostly just point guard, and then sometimes a two.
Yeah. So I guess as far as being a senior and being a leader, how is that? Has that been a big role to step in? And
yeah, definitely. With last year, I wasn't much. I just kind of came in, played my role, kind of just did what needed to happen in the moment. And now it's this year, only senior, I have to kind of coach the whole team and kind of just get everyone together and stuff.
Kind of got to have that nice balance where you're firm and get what you want, but also not too much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's brag on her a little bit then.
As a senior and as a captain, as a leader, you always want them to be kind of an extension of you on the court. What can Kylie say in a free throw huddle that I can't say? So Kylie does a really good job. She's very knowledgeable about basketball. She sees a lot of stuff. She's one of our best passers just because she knows what's going to be open, and she knows the game really well. And just as a leader, you want them to be able to hold their teammates accountable, and I think that's something that as a team I want my other girls to understand that that's Kylie's responsibility.
Right.
I shouldn't have to hold everyone accountable 100% of the time.
Right.
And I want them to understand that I've asked Kylie to do that, and Kylie's fully capable of doing that. So just she does a good job just making sure and the best thing about Kylie, she's a point guard, but she's our glue. Offensively, defensively, she's putting people in the right place. She's making sure everybody else knows where to go. She just makes sure that we're running as smoothly as possible.
Kylie, how many years have you played basketball?
Since I was little, with my dad when he used to coach, so I'd always
go with your dad.
I keep that. Yeah, all the girls call him Mickey.
Oh, because he wants, hey, Mickey, you're so fine.
Yeah.
He probably loves that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everybody loves that. And he helps coach. Didn't he help you out?
Yep.
There? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have to say, Dad, sit down? Does he get a little? He gets a little passionate.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. I love passion.
Yeah.
I do love passion.
He does.
Especially, Taylor, you become a family when everybody, you're with girls, and, you guys are all together for several hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't help it. I love a coach that is passionate and goes to bat for their players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's just like a family member.
No.
You know what I mean? When you see something you don't feel is fair, I love that. And I love your dad's got passion. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is very into it sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's why he had to drop out from the radio. He had to be on he had to be
Yeah. Yeah.
Let him on the court. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He wanted to be able to share his opinion mid-game.
Yeah.
Mid-game.
Why is that not surprising? He wants to be that sixth player.
Right.
You know
Right.
What I mean?
Yes.
Put me in, Taylor.
Yes.
So no, I think that's great. Now, what about as far as your plans for after school? What do you think, Allie?
I want to go into be a dental hygienist, but there's only a couple schools around here that I want, because I still want to stay in state, kind of close. So there's not many options I have. I have IUS, Louisville, and then IUPUI is my main 3 options.
Awesome. Well, we'll be excited to see what your future holds. I think that's something. When you talk about athletic, and you're talking about athletes, and the Indiana High School Athletic Association sends me all kinds of promos all the time talking about high school athletes, and this is much more than just learning a basketball game.
100%, 100%. The things that I want, the biggest things I want the girls to take away are not X's and O's. Just being on time, being respectful, having a good attitude, just giving 100% of your effort into something. Those are the things that I want the girls to take away when they graduate. I don't care if they remember a single play that we ran. But I want them to understand that those things are important.
Right. I think she'll always be in your head, don't you?
Oh yeah.
I mean, like her sayings,
Oh yeah, they'll be stuck with me.
Yeah. So actually, because Taylor, you're still young yourself. So do you remember these girls like in elementary or in little? Do you remember this girl coming?
Oh yeah.
So how do you feel like? Because the feeder program and coming up and watching them, and then we know that usually let's say that in elementary you have 50 to come out,
right?
And then by the time you get to your senior year, you have one that stayed with it.
Yeah. I think, I remember all these girls when they were itty bitty, and Kylie, I think I got a picture of Kylie after every win in the state run, and she's standing about 3'4", as teeny as can be, but she's I think that made her she just loved basketball from a really young age. She puts a lot of herself into this game. And I think she's been very blessed with her abilities, on the court, off the court. And, Emma was this long, lanky little girl, and you were hoping one of these days she found her feet underneath her and she'd be a ball player. And she has, she's developed into that. And Eliza's just always been Eliza. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Eliza's a competitor.
Yeah.
And she wants to compete and she wants to win. And from a young age, you can see that. And that's someone you want to have.
Yeah.
Someone wants to compete, wants to be there, wants to just give whatever they got for the sport. So, I mean, that's just these 3. So.
I'm not the best, but I try. Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have little sayings. Do you have a song? Usually you're known for your songs. Tell me, Taylor, they have a song.
They have a song that we play in the weight room that really gets them going. It's not.
You guys are always known for your songs, so.
This song is not. We play this song, Becky. I'm just gonna, when we're at the abs and everybody's tired and everybody's ready to be done with lift. This is what gets them through, and it's not the most school appropriate song, but whatever gets us through.
Right. Okay.
So,
okay. Well, I'm just wondering because the band always tries to learn your.
Yes. This song will probably not be learned.
Okay.
And that's okay. It's honest. I like it, that they like it, and it makes them smile. But I would not play this song
through the speakers
right.
of the Eastern.
Yes.
Gymnasium.
Yes.
Okay. Well, sometimes it's nice just to keep things to yourself.
Yeah.
It's your own little private moment.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I love that because so you have to tell me afterwards what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about then? Okay, going back. Okay, so we know we have the 3. We have the sophomore, the freshman, and the senior here with us. So what's the other makeup of the we got?
So we actually have 3 freshmen playing varsity right now.
Wow. Okay.
Getting significant varsity minutes. So Emma is one of them. The other one, Katie Honor. She plays kind of a 3 guard for us. She's a great shooter, great scorer, has a real nose for the ball. Can score in multiple ways. So she's gonna be a huge asset. I can't wait to just see her grow. I mean, she's already, making significant impacts in varsity games, and I can't wait to see, in 2-3 years what she's doing. our other one, Bailey Trainer. She's the one that kind of switches off with Kylie, point guard. Another really great shooter, which something we really lacked last year. I would have loved to have a couple of those girls just come up and play with us. But overall, just a really, really talented freshman group. I feel like, and the three that are playing, Emma, Katie, and Bailey, all bring something different.
Love that.
It's not like I'm getting the same thing out of everybody. I can ask, Kylie's dribble, Bailey to shoot, Katie's drive, Eliza to rebound. Just all these different things that they bring different. So that's something that's really been a positive this year. And then our junior, Bracy Jackson, a very, very talented softball player and a very, like Eliza, a competitor.
Oh.
She wants to win, and she's one, like I said, she'll run through a brick wall if you want her to. She just really likes to compete, and you can tell that she's phased with losing. She wants to be better. She wants to hold her teammates accountable. She wants to be a leader, and she stepped up as well. She was a big impact on the JV team last year. And a good leader for the JV team, and I've asked her to help Kylie out with that leadership role this year, and just be present on the court, be vocal on the court, and let everybody else hear you.
Right, love that. Well, I appreciate this, and of course, we'll skip a week, and next week we'll have the boys, and we'll be talking to the boys coaches. So then we'll try to get you back again. Yep. But of course, want to wish everyone, your mom's going to be catering. Super excited.
That's
one of our Christmas dinners.
Yes, that's what she said.
I can't wait.
Yes, that's what she said.
When I heard her. Yeah, so tell her I just can't wait. So.
All right, I'll tell her to make you something special.
Oh, but anything that comes from her kitchen will be special.
Yes.
So Taylor, tell her I'm over the moon about that.
I will.
Tell her that scream she heard coming from Taylor with me.
Okay, I'll let her know.
I'm so happy. So that's going to be awesome, and I want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas. You guys stay safe and take care of yourselves. And I just saw them sharing a Big Mac, and I had a best friend that we always used to share a Big Mac. So that's when you're that's when you're close.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
They're so sweet to each other.
Well, to even give you a bite with that Big Mac, that's a good friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. That right there. Yeah. Taylor, keep up the great work. Girls, I'm so proud of you. And I love listening to you. And I want to give Eli a big shout out if he's listening. He's being a rock star.
Yes.
He's taking this program too and kind of with it. And
yes.
So he's doing a great job too. So keep up the great work, and everybody, thanks for taking time and talking. Yes, you got more. Yeah, you got to eat. We want to thank McDonald's for supplying our food and all the great things. They've got some new chocolate chip cookies, you guys. Yeah. It's
really good chocolate.
No, it's good nutrition.
Yeah. Hey.
All right. Take care of your guys, and we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
Taylor in a couple weeks.
Yes. Thank you, Becky.
Thank you, guys. Keep up the good work. Eastern Musketeer ladies, and coached by Taylor Drury. I'm proud of you. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you so much. All right, and we're gonna believe we've got another group coming in. All right, and I do believe we've got another group coming in. All right, come on in, ladies. Okay, thank you. Take care. All right, can we? All right, let's go ahead and get you all mic'd up there. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Allison Clodfelter, and my parents are Jason and Kara Clodfelter, and I'm a senior.
Awesome, yay! And you are with the Salem Lions?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Coach Hickey couldn't be here, and I'm going to kind of go over. Coach Hickey, this is his 11th year as coach, and it looks like so far you had 1 in 5 so far this season, with games coming up on the road at Paoli and Vincennes. You got your first win against Pekin 2 weeks ago, and we'll talk about that, and that's exciting, right?
Yeah. Very.
And then and now you had a loss against Madison, and it was a close game for West Washington. Very close against West Washington, that was. And tell us what you up against. Well, first of all, let's talk about that first win against Pekin, okay? And because I think hopefully they're not listening. All right, and introduce yourself. I'm sorry.
I'm Maggie Gibson.
All right.
My parents are Tammy and Mark Gibson, and I'm also a senior.
Oh, 2 seniors. Awesome. Are you guys the only 2 seniors then?
We have 7 this year.
That's awesome. Yeah. I bet Coach Hickey's kind of nervous about that, to lose all 7 of you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell us about the game so far. And your first game was with was it like 2 weeks ago was Pekin. That was the first game, right? Yeah. This basketball, I'm telling you, it just goes and goes. Okay, let's talk about the Pekin game. How exciting was that?
It was so exciting. Just to be able to pull out that win at the end, and it was good.
Right.
So good.
Right. And so tell me a little bit about what your position is.
I'm a guard.
Guard, and you are?
And I'm a center.
Center. Okay, awesome. And have you played basketball for many years? And
I've played for a long time. I don't even know. Maybe first grade.
oh wow.
Kindergarten. I don't know.
Yeah.
I started playing around preschool. Like as soon as I started preschool, for like 12 or so years. I've been playing for a while.
Fell in love with it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right. And as far as 7 of you guys staying with it, that's quite a number.
Yeah, he said that's the most I have ever stayed with the program.
I believe that. Yeah, yeah. Because like when you start off, like let's say kindergarten or preschool or whatever, or usually you have like 50 or so, and then as the time goes on, it kind of starts dwindling. So for you 7, so are you all 7 pretty close? I bet.
Yeah, we're pretty close. We do. A lot of us do everything together, so we're pretty much hanging out all the time.
I love that.
Never apart.
Yeah, I know that means a lot to Hickey. Hickey likes a close team. Likes you guys all close. That's great. Well, and so let's talk about the Eastern game. How tough was it, and what were some of the challenges? And tell us about that. Is it hard to remember some of them? Some of these games. That's the thing. You have like 28 games, ladies. That's a lot of games.
Yeah, you start. You never stop.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And then every now and then Coach Hickey goes to practice in there, right? Yeah. So what do you guys do, like as far as how much do you practice, and then like weights, and what's your schedules like?
We don't do weights. Like it's a class, but I mean the majority of us don't take it. We practice every day, and we end at normally 5:30 or so. So yeah,
not too bad.
No.
You guys got to take care of yourself. I'm sure Coach Hickey tells you to getting your rest and getting your, making sure you're nutritional, right, and all that, eating well and taking care of yourself.
And a lot of ice.
And a lot of ice.
Yeah.
Oh, for those sore muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's probably true. Well, you're actually early in the season. So this is like you've only yet begun. So when we talk like later on, if you guys come back and visit, you guys will have different. You'll be a lot more tired, don't you feel?
Yeah.
Right now you look fresh and energetic and ready to go, right? Yeah.
Yeah, their games have kind of been bunching together lately. Like, we had back to back 2 weeks ago because Beacon and then Madison, and then now we have 2 coming up so tomorrow and then Friday.
Bailey, Vincent's Lincoln.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me about the games, and I guess what was anything that so far in your games. This is your senior year, ladies. So far, any of the games so far that you played stood out? Anything exciting? Anything that you'll never forget? Probably.
I think Orleans was a good turning point for us. Like we started working well on defense, and so I think that's been really working well for us. And yeah,
I think West Washington, we really played well.
Yeah,
like last game, we came out strong and we played well.
Yeah,
and we were moving the ball well, and we're growing so much so rapidly, and I think that we're only getting better now. So we're gonna see how well we're doing.
We're definitely a different team than we were at the beginning of the season.
Right, explain that a little bit.
Our press is working well against teams, and I think we're just clicking more team chemistry than we had before.
Yeah, we're a lot. I think now, even like freshmen through seniors, everybody's joking around. Like we're all really pretty good friends so far. Even practicing, like even in the summer, we've been doing well.
Our close-knit group.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be, right?
Yeah.
You got to work together, and you got to help each other out. Make sure that you get open. And so, what kind of and I don't mean to put you on the spot. Coach Hickey couldn't be with us today, so we'll get him. He was with us a couple weeks ago, though. But what about like what kind of like plays are you doing? Are you doing running game? Is it or like what kind of games are you guys playing?
We like to slow it down and get the best shots we can.
Okay.
Just once we start speeding up, we're not taking our best shots and
Turning it over.
yeah, we've been focusing on turnovers and all of the things that really speed us up. And once we slow it down, we're really seeing better shots. Like we're trying to get Lainey to shoot the ball a little bit more because Lainey does not love to shoot the ball, but like Kendall, if you know when Kendall gets a nice shot, because as soon as Kendall's feet are right, she's making that shot. And Allie's a lights out shooter. Allie,
look at her. She looks right at her. That's good. Yeah.
Before she got hurt, Kirsten tore ACL in the Pekin game.
Yes.
Kirsten is so great at shooting. Like it's crazy. 5'2", but she can get that ball up there. I think me and Bree are usually in the post, and then Sarah's a really good shooter too. So like I know as soon as like we screening everything like that, if we get a good look on a play, like we're shooting pretty well.
I love that. That's great. And working together. And like what you're saying is that you feel like it's even getting better.
Yeah.
And I can't wait, like towards the end of the season, to have you back on and you'll be like, wow. You know what I mean? You become one, right?
Yeah.
Almost, you know? That's awesome. And so, and I like the slowing down. Do you feel though it's hard to do sometimes when you get your adrenaline going? I mean, you got that crowd and I mean, like, and you've been this team's on the court and you're sick of practicing and looking at each other and all of a sudden, you know, you got a new team to play, you know, group here. How do you keep your composure? How do you guys bring yourself to slowing it down and to, you know, because actually basketball is a lot of mental.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely mental.
Yeah, so
I think we just encourage each other, like on the court. I know, like we're going for free throws. We've been struggling a little bit with free throws, but like Lainey, a lot of times will look at me on the bench and go like, "You got it." Like we just shoot, like calm down, everything's okay. Shoot your shot, you got it. It's definitely hard, and your blocks are always so close to your like where you're at on the court, and so that's definitely it. Kind of gets in your head a little bit, but try to push through. I know the guards are.
And Hickey will say something like, you know, slow it down and stuff like that.
Sometimes when we get a fast break in the balls, defenders are a little too close to us to just get the ball. Like pull it out, pull the ball out, and then we just set up our offense and we slow it down and we get the ball in. So
isn't it crazy how sometimes like at practices you don't miss any free throws and then during the game it's like
yeah,
you know.
We're focusing a lot on free throws. Yesterday we did like how many you can make out of 10, and Lainey is our free throw shooter. She usually struggles a lot during games, but she went 10 for 10 from the free throw line yesterday.
She's actually 11 for 11.
11 yesterday because we shot another one. And so it's.
Lainey was like below 10% last year for free throws.
For free throws.
That's the difference, though. But it is. But it's really different when you're on that court, and you know the lights are on, and everybody's screaming or yelling. You know, and the other teams usually got they're saying something. Trying to get your head mentally, and just on all eyes are on you. I think there's a lot of pressure on. I can see that, and especially right now, we are still pretty early season. As you get on, so get it a little bit further. What's your so as far as the team, how was kind of the build up? I don't mean to put you on the spot because I know that maybe more of a coach, but like, so you have 7 seniors. Do you know how many approximately juniors or sophomores or freshmen?
We have 2 juniors, 3.
Is this the look? Is there another one? We have 5. I know we have.
I'm sorry, girls. We've been wonderful though. You're
5 or 6 freshmen.
So 6 freshmen. 6 freshmen. We have 2 sophomores, I think, and then 2
juniors, and then 7 left.
So 13. Yeah, that's about it. And then we have 2 girls who are hurt right now. So I'm just thinking about practice numbers. But we have 2 girls who are hurt right now. Once they get back in, and so it's kind of like a little bit smaller class numbers in the middle, and then we have a lot of freshmen this year, which is good.
Yeah, that is great.
Stick with it.
Are you guys been enjoying them? I mean, do you get time to like work with them? And I'm sure that all eyes are on you guys watching. You get to spend some. I mean, good quality time with the freshmen too.
We eat lunch together, like in the locker room.
I love.
There you go.
So you guys,
7 or 8 of us,
awesome.
just eat lunch together since we have first lunch, and then so yeah, we're all pretty close.
Yeah, and our freshmen are a little
wide personality.
Oh, I love that. But you guys
all about the freshmen.
Roll back to your freshman year. You know what I mean? I mean, we all, that freshman year, we were just talking about the maturity. You're talking maybe 14-year-old, maybe a 15-year-old, 14, 15-year-olds compared to a 17, 18-year-old. That's a huge difference in growth.
Yeah. I think we were really scared coming in.
We were like silent.
Especially we were coming right off the semi-state,
Yeah.
in the state, and we were really scared. We were really timid coming in. We didn't talk to the seniors as much as our freshmen talked to us. Definitely, we talk about that all the time. Like you guys talk to us so much. And we were so scared of our seniors, but
that's because you guys are so cool. They want to hang out with you guys.
our seniors are cool too, but I don't know.
We were scared of them.
Well, it's a new day, right? Yeah, so that's awesome, and I love that. And I know Coach Hickey, and I know that's important for everybody to work together and everybody become that one team and eating lunch together, eating that part and learning. You're spending a lot of time together. On the road and everything too. Yeah. So coming up, so you've got the next game is where are we going at next?
Paoli.
Yeah. Let's talk about that game. But know anything about Paoli, or was it got some talent?
They have 2 players that are averaging about 15 or so, and then Hickey's been saying we match up really well with them, like better than we match up with Eastern. So we're pretty hopeful, but obviously can't get it over like 2 of them. So.
Right. You got to have that nice balance.
Yeah.
Where you walk in and feel good, then you can't feel too good.
I think we're still like 12-point underdogs. So
we were looking at the numbers and we're underdogs, but I think we're pretty good.
But that's why they call it a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's anybody's game, you know what I mean? And so, so that's exciting. And so how do you guys do better? Do you feel like it's better like on the road games, or do you feel like home games, or what's kind of the...
We only have 9 home games this year. We've played, 4 or 5?
Yeah.
We've already played 4 or 5. They bunched them up right at the beginning. But I think road games are always hard, depending on how far away they are, too. Like, if you're on the bus for an hour, our legs are kind of tired, which is good because we have a pretty intense warm-up, I feel like, before the game. But we do better at home. I love our home games, but
I think it's hard. No, I think it's hard for away games. Just your blocks are always young, and I think it gets in our heads.
Right. Well, we have some new sports announcers that are doing a great job, and they love watching you guys, Dawson family. They are Brock, Kelsey. It's so interesting. I have to, I'm back at the station. I love listening. I love girls basketball. I think you guys, it's just so fun to watch and so entertaining. So,
yeah.
That's
fun to watch guys, but that's my opinion.
Get that little extra touch on it. So going back on so the next one will be a little bit of a challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is there any one that, because this is your senior year, what team are you guys most like? Is there one team that you really want to say, I can't wait, I really want to win a certain team?
I don't know. I don't know.
We are county rivals.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I always like our MSC games, like
Brownstown, I think.
Oh, yeah. Brownstown's always a fun game because their crowd and our crowd are always so loud. But I just like the Corden and North Harrison games. So I know a lot of the
Corden gets rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting, though, and that's still yet to come, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are in...
and we play Brownstown Tuesday.
Yeah, so then the next week after...
It's hard to keep up with the schedule, and a lot of games, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, and as far as, your teammates and stuff, the other 5 senior stuff, do they guys get, you have a certain, thing you have a certain, I'm going to say, ritual or a little something you guys do the games or after the games, or do you have a certain...
Well, we do the handshakes, and then we kind of, bunch up right before we go out. We'll bunch up and talk about points while the other teams are coming out, whatever. I don't know what time. We don't really have much of a ritual. We kind of hang out, eat, and then we'll get on the bus or we'll go hang out in the locker room and just talk.
And as far as and some of the strategies, I guess, to motivate the players as seniors, what do you guys do? Okay, let's say that, you're down a little bit and it's halftime and, and Coach Hickey says, seniors, you guys, let's see you step up as leaders. What do you guys, how are you going to motivate the juniors as sophomore freshmen?
Just be encouraging. I think that's the biggest aspect of it.
The encouragement really comes from even the freshmen too. I know Aubrey Crane is one of the freshmen. She's always cheering for us, and we're we're just really supportive of each other. I know at halftime, really, Hickey gives us a few minutes. He'll talk to the other coaches, and we just get in there and we talk, and we'll talk even before Hickey comes in and
say things that we need to improve on or things that we've done well.
And we just talk about just like to each other. Like Kendall and Lainey will talk about like shooting and stuff and what the little things that they're seeing. So as a group, we're really supportive of each other, and like we know what to say to each other to get us going again. And I think it's really helpful, especially being on the court and like even watching and seeing how well we're doing and how much better.
Right. Well, and that really matters. I mean, that's and encouraging each other, and from all levels. I think that's the thing, and with basketball, and we talked about it with Eastern Group. You guys are playing basketball, but there's so much more life lessons that you're learning to encourage each other, work as a team, and I'm sure Coach Hickey goes over some of the stuff. Yeah. Do you think he'll forever be in your head?
Yeah, I think Hickey.
But yeah, let's talk about him.
Playing for Hickey is like he just as a coach, such like he's definitely a figure. Like Hickey, he knows his stuff. Like he's scouting every team. He knows everything. And like being a kid on his team is like there's a team culture that he's brought into the gym every day. Like we get down to it, and anything that you need, you can talk to Hickey about it. And no matter what, and I really do think he's the best coach to ever come to Salem for all the sports.
I love that. I love it. Yeah.
I play 3 sports, and Allie plays 3, which is our coach by Hickey. But I think like just the vibe in the gym is different because Hickey, he knows what he's talking about, and he's really is the best coach.
I agree with that.
I think as a coach, you have to get that respect. You have to have that where you like good cop, bad cop thing. Almost like where you have to have that balance where you want to get what you want done, and you have to get that across. A little bit of passion, but then also you have to have that other understanding. I think and I think too you have to give a huge respect to the sport. Don't you feel? Because you guys are you're together a lot at a lot of games. We know that sometimes as a family, sometimes everybody needs a little time, right?
Yeah, it's a long season.
Right.
A month in the summer, and then we have start in October, and we go until beginning of February, and we're always together.
Yeah.
Basketball's the most time. Yeah. We see them more than we see our families, and our coaches are like second parents. We love our coaches. Our coaching staff is so great.
Tell us. Okay, so you have Coach Hickey, and then your assistant coach
is Don Burt.
Yeah.
And Don is such a character. We love Burt. He's
He'll lift us up like when we're down.
He knows how to get us encouraged. And at practice, you could always see Burt. He's always joking around and messing with us. And Wade Swift he does a lot of the media. So JD Wade Swift, he works on our posts a lot. He works with me, Bree, Sydney, and our younger girls a lot. And we're all Wade Swift. He really knows how to get us, and he gives us really good points to the post. He knows what
and he does stats.
Yeah, he does our stats, and he's really great.
Yeah.
And Mackenzie Frazier, she's our JV coach, and she works really good with the JV players. I know that, and they really like her, and she's a great coach too.
And she knows what she's talking about since she played for Hickey.
Yeah, exactly. She sure did. Yeah, that works out good, real good. Mm-hmm. So what is there like when you look at your stats and see how you done? Do you kind of analyze it? Do you look at yourself and think, oh, I'd like to do better on this? And what is your goal from today till the end of the season? I mean, what like to improve on first?
Get my turnovers down. I think that's the biggest thing, not just for me, but for everybody. I think that's really going to be huge for us when we get those down.
Right. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
Very difficult. At least you didn't say fouling.
Yeah.
What about you?
I want to we're working on a lot of finishing up to the basket because I'm a post and I don't handle the ball. I have been told by Hickey many times Maggie, you're never gonna have the ball, and so it's really
in the event that you get the ball, what do you do?
Well, depends on where I'm at. If I'm at the top, I'll look at the basket because it's always the first thing you do. You always look at the basket. But I look at the basket like right out to the perimeter. But I love the screen. I love the contact of the sport. That's my favorite part. I love contact. And so I love screening. I love jump balls. It's my favorite part, actually. And post moves are just so fun. I think the guards could shoot threes, but post moves are fun. You're in there, you can really muscle it out. And I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
The jump balls, does that make you a little nervous?
Sydney does tip off, but I'm talking like hitting people.
Yeah.
Well, when I was playing JV, I used to throw people a lot, especially the freshmen. Like when you're playing against freshmen, I mean like in game, not during practice. But I think I was always a little scared when I start messing around with the ball. But
I think that's good though. No, I like that. But you're very aggressive. That's good, and you want that. Yeah, aggression. So then as far as the what as a team as a whole, what would you like to see? I guess more improvement on. I know you said a little bit of the turnovers for everybody, which I think that goes. But what else as a team would you guys like to see? I guess like what would you like to see coming up, like during more games as we go further in the season.
I think we've been working on a lot of defense. Our defense is pretty solid. So, but
and that's the number one thing, right?
I mean, can't win a game without defense.
Exactly.
But we've been working on a lot of like quickness on our feet. Obviously, free throws. We've been working a lot on our free throws and closeouts. Yeah, closeouts really important. And he always says the first 3 steps onto defense is the most important. First 3 steps on the court is always the most important.
Oh wait, hang on. The first 3 steps onto the court are the most important.
Down the court, yeah.
Yeah, first defense. Yeah,
love that.
Mm-hmm. And we've been working. I think we need to work more on like communication is definitely important for us. Even though we definitely communicate a lot outside of basketball, it's on the court. Sometimes we get a little quiet, which is something we've been working on too.
And that's not just only in games; it's practice too. Sometimes.
Maybe because you're probably concentrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to sometimes, you're thinking it, but then to get it verbally out. Yeah. And also, basketball's such a fast pace.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seconds either make that decision. Like you said, either pass it or shoot it.
Yeah.
And it just depends on where you're at. So, what about as far as you talked a little bit about free throws, right? And as far as like that, but what about rebounds? Are you guys good on defense on that too?
We were the first 4 or so games. They said that we out rebounded the other team. I don't know about now, but like that was pretty important to us.
Yeah.
So and it still is, but I think that's been really good.
Yeah, we really get into people, and we do these fun drills. Like sometimes we'll have the coaches out at four lines, and we just get somebody will shoot the ball up. You just get to get into them. They'll have a pad, and you slam into them, you back them in, and then the first person to get the ball. And so I think like rebounding is. Nicky always says you never should be having rebound drills, but I think they're my favorite drills. I love rebounding drills. They're so fun.
Well, and that's sometimes. I mean, of course, you guys are seniors, but like you bring in your freshmen, getting in there sometimes. That's a big thing. Sometimes it's easier to look on the outside and say, "Ooh,"
yeah,
than to actually get in there. When there's elbows and everything going, right?
Yeah, there's a lot that you don't see when there's a big pile of 10 girls going for the same ball.
Exactly. So. Yeah. Sure. Well, I think that's awesome. And girls, I didn't get to ask you. So this is your senior, and what do you want to do after? Or did I ask you? I don't think I asked you.
No.
Yeah. What do you?
I'll be attending Baldwin-Wallace University, and I'll be playing soccer there.
Oh.
And yes, and I'll be studying sports management. It's in Ohio, so I'll get to intern with a lot of great athletic programs, and I'm really excited about it.
Well, we'll have to hook you up and send you to a Reds game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome though. So soccer, that right there gets you in shape.
Yeah, I love soccer. I'm a goalkeeper, and yeah, I love it. It's my favorite thing in the entire world.
But I did that the other day, and that makes you nervous though.
It's
wow. You are adrenaline, lady. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I love it. It's like you have a split second to make a decision. It's so great, and it does help with basketball too.
Oh, definitely.
To work about agility and stuff. I think I've become a better basketball player because I started playing soccer.
I can see that. I can see two hand in hand. Yeah, that works out really well. Yeah, I'm just cracking up though because with basketball, your hands use, and with soccer, feet. So
Mhm.
you got to remember what you're doing there.
Yeah.
No, I think that. Well, you obviously are a thrill seeker.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I love it. It's so fun.
I love that. All right, well, best of luck on that. What about you?
I'm either planning to attend Purdue or
Oh.
Louisville. I'm not sure about like major though. I don't know.
I thought you got a Purdue shirt on, so there you go. You're already there. You got the swag. So well, there's it's a great school. Oh, so is the other school. Well, that'll be exciting. You got some time. Right now you're just mainly just probably just trying to keep grades up, which is a lot. I've got to say I'm very impressed. Guys get to have the schedule you have, so many games all the time, practices and all that, and keep your grades up. I know Coach Hickey telling you guys for making sure grades up, and then just juggling all that. You have to be really good at time and management.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have Lainey and Kirsten take 2 science classes. They have really hard classes. They're not taking the science right now, but Lainey and Kirsten are taking physics and chemistry, and I know that pushes them really hard. And yeah, it's really impressive to watch them be able to go through that class and also still balance basketball and their other sports. Yeah, and their other sports.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I just want to say I admire that, and I want to say that I noticed that's huge to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressed, ladies. You guys are outstanding. Thanks for coming in tonight. And Coach Hickey actually is out scouting.
Yeah.
So he'll come back with some good reports, I'm sure.
Yeah. He always knows what he's talking about. He knows everything about everybody. So
I love that. That's awesome. Well, ladies, stay right here just a second, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to be sending back to the studio. Before we do, I want to say thank you to McDonald's for allowing us to come in and hosting Coach's Corner. I'm loving it. They've got some new chocolate chip cookies, girls, and I just want to say when you get them, they're fresh from the oven and it's like warm, that chocolate chip cookie. And they also have a new pie. It's like got custard in it. I'm just giving everybody some good tips, okay? And of course, my favorite is the Big Mac. You can't go wrong with that. But anyway, I'm loving it. McDonald's, keep up the great work, and for all that they do, McDonald's does. And this coming Saturday will be Shop with a Cop, and of course, McDonald's always provides food for that. So again, McDonald's, thanks for being great for our community, all of our other sponsors, and we want to thank our announcers, Dolphin family, and Kelsey and Brock. They do a fantastic job, and they love watching ladies. They do a good job. So, all right, we're going to send it back to the studio. Thank you guys. Okay. All right.
Thank you.